Good morning, campers. Happy Halloween week. Let's do a reading. We're going to do today your month of November, and we're going to roll with this filter. Last week on Halloween, every day of Halloween week, I love Halloween. I was wearing like a different makeup for a reading. I don't really have time to do this, unfortunately, this week, but filter is going to have to be enough. I'm kind of loving it. I'm kind of loving this vibe. All right, with this amazing week of Halloween where the veil is very thin, we're gonna roll with it and we're gonna see what's coming for you in the month of November. So as always, we're gonna start from what was your month of October, so you know this is your reading. So what was the month of October? How are you feeling? How are you feeling right now and throughout the month of October? We have the elk. That's really nice. I want to do 4 for your front row. I'm hearing something. Hold on. Let me do 2 more. We have some earth energy. Okay, we have butterfly. We have earth and we have air. That's your first row. You have wolf, you have nightingale, and you have butterfly. So your first energy is elk and the wolf. They both carry very strong masculine energy, right? Internally, energetically, that's what I mean. So inner masculine, inner feminine. But what I was actually hearing with these two, especially with the elk, that you felt like you had to, I don't know how to describe this. Like maybe you had a lot of things to figure out in the month of October. Maybe you had to take the reins of your life a little bit, step into that masculine energy, make certain things happen for yourself, or maybe some issues, some things that just require, that masculine energy, that action taker, that really creating a tangible plan. With this elk, I was hearing a provider as well. So maybe you feel as well, maybe it's not just in the month of October, but I feel like maybe specifically in the month of October you were feeling a little bit like you are on your own, right? Like you are on your own. And you guys, it's so hard. I am a reader for love, right? And I teach people to achieve wholeness within yourself, to create that wholeness within yourself, to heal your masculine and to heal your feminine, to really truly understand that we don't need anyone to be whole and to be happy. But it doesn't take from the fact that we are meant to live in union, because we are. This is why the duality, this is why the feminine and the masculine, because only with externally with the feminine and the masculine we can create this beautiful yin and yang, right? So these two things really have to be combined. And it's making me feel with this wolf, you know how I always explain the idea of a lone wolf. So maybe this collective, you need to understand this idea of a lone wolf, right, a little bit better, because this is what I always talk about. We all crave connection, we all crave love, we all crave relationship. In beautiful divine union, divine relationship, us feminists, we can truly drop in our feminine, and the man, they can really rise into their masculine, and we can do for each other what we're better at. We can create this wholeness within that union. But it will never be a true divine union. It will never be true happy mature relationship if you don't have that wholeness on your own, if you don't have that wholeness within yourself. Because true divine union can only be achieved from a place of I welcome companionship, I welcome to be in a pack. But if there's no one who resonates with the energy of my soul, I am very well on my own. That's truly when you're seeking from a place of lack. I need love, I need this and that, right? So maybe it's been on your mind in the month of October. It's coming to my mind for a reason. Maybe you had to arrange in your life a couple of things that you usually would associate, that it's something that men are better at, that we have to, us as women, we sometimes have to, step up and do these things for ourselves, to become that provider, to, fix certain things and do things that usually men are a little bit better at, because they're naturally more grounded. They have the natural more ability to create that structure, to be that action taker, right? So I feel like you needed to activate that masculine within, that leader within. But actually, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We have the energy of transformation. We have that nightingale. So I feel like I am hearing stepping into your power a little bit, stepping into your power, because allowing the other person to do certain things for us, it doesn't mean that us ourselves we're not capable if we would need to do these things on our own. Do you know what I mean? Let's do another row. Let's do another row. For the elk, we have the deer. We have the deer. You guys, this is really nice because the elk and the deer, they the ultimate divine masculine and divine feminine. It's the masculine and feminine energy in this deck, right? There are a couple of cards that are masculine and feminine energy in this deck, and I associated them with different things, but this is more of an earth energy, creating that stability, that ground in masculine feminine energy. I feel like you needed to be that for yourself. But this is good, you guys. This is good, you guys, because it means that you understand that that it's better to create certain things for yourself and make things happen for yourself than just to search for whatever kind of companion to make things. The role of your partner is really not to make your life easier, right? It's supposed to be a byproduct of a good relationship. Wolf. So I feel like you are working on we have Cobra, which is nice as well. And we have the Crow. I want one more. And we have the Eagle. Stingray. Stingray at the bottom of the deck. Stingray is backbone, is the strength that we carry within to understand our own world, our own values, to really follow these values, externalize them, right? To really have that strength of the backbone, really. But I'm liking this energy with butterfly and with the eagle, because it's making me think that you are now starting to transform your karma. You're understanding this collective. I feel like this is my collective, that you have been through many karmic lessons, maybe many karmic partners as well, and you are finally at this moment of your life when you are saying, no, I want to learn these damn lessons. I don't want to go into another karmic. Do I want to be loved? Yes. Do I want to be in a relationship? Yes. Do I crave love? Yes. But I don't want another karmic. I feel this collective, you want to learn. You want to tap into your inner guru. Do you know how I always say to you guys that every person on this earth has the capacity to activate their own clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, and to be your own channel. We can all channel for ourselves. We can all channel our spirit guides. People who are healers, people like myself, so mediums, healers, shamans, medicine women, we have the capacity to channel that for other people. This is our gift. This is our mission. But every single person on the planet can do that for themselves. You can activate your inner guru, and it's our mission to help you to do that, to teach you how to do that, right? So I feel like you would be in this place of life where you want to listen more, you want to learn more, right? Maybe I'm hearing, maybe in the past you've been quite in denial, so you've been quite very stubborn to listen to advice, but certain things happen. Maybe you even maybe you even go, there's the wolf is also that leadership, and we have that cobra for a learner. So maybe you even have someone as a spiritual teacher that you listen to that helps you to tap into that, or maybe it's your sign to, maybe you've been waiting for a sign to find someone. But I feel like you want this collective, again, don't make this fit. You would want to achieve wholeness on your own. You would be in this place of life when you're like, no more karmic relationships. I don't want to be coming from a place of lack. What do I have to do to stop ignoring the red flags, to stop not seeing the red flags? What do I have to heal within myself? How do I have to transform? How do I have to pay this damn karma to make sure that if I ever get in a relationship, it's going to be a soulmate. It's not going to be another karmic. I really like this energy. I want to do also your physical life. So what sort of, this is your energy, but let's ask what's been going on when it comes to your 3D life. So let's confirm what's been going on in the month of October for this collective in the month of October. Okay. Confirmation, you guys, confirmation. One more for your first row, one more. All right, so your first card is partying, okay? Then the next card, they came together, and I'm loving this for you. It's confirmation. We have karmic relationship and we have ship. So this is moving on. This is moving something past yourself, moving on, learning lessons, cutting ties, and it came through with that karmic relationship. So again, confirmation. I feel like maybe it's been something that you've been sort of wondering around this topic, and maybe in October something happened that it really made you realize that no. And you know what? We have two busy winning, right? So I feel like this collective, maybe something happened that you realized, and it helped you realize that you really have been relationship centered. So many people live in such a deep denial. So many people, all they really do and care about is to find a partner, is to be in a relationship, right? But they don't even admit that to themselves. They would tell you that no, that it's not that. I have a job, I have friends, I have a career, this and that. But the only thing that really always lacks in their life is their relationship, and they're crazy about looking for that relationship. They cannot ever be alone. So if there's someone that never ever is alone, and you guys know that I always say this to you, when I say being on your own, I do not mean that you are not in a committed relationship. I mean that you are not connecting to anyone. Because many people says to me, oh, I've been alone for years. BS, rubbish. You're constantly going on dates, you're constantly flirting with someone, you're constantly chatting with someone, you're constantly connecting to someone. That's not being alone. The fact that you're not in a committed relationship, it doesn't mean that you are alone. So maybe you've realized that. Maybe you've realized that you've been, lying to yourself. It's like, I'm alone, I cannot find love, but you're constantly connecting to someone. You're constantly trying to date. You're constantly trying to look for that love. I feel this collective, you want to start winning for yourself. You want to start winning on your own. You want to start creating life where it's just going to be, I'm happy. It's like you're tired of constantly searching and seeking for something, and you have a date and as your last card. But you know what I was hearing with this one? That maybe you actually went on a date that went really wrong. And I was also looking at this partying, so it may be detailed, because with this partying, I'm not hearing anything like negative or toxic. I feel like maybe in the month of October, you had a couple of parties. Maybe you even had like a Halloween parties, right? And fun parties, just spending time with friends. And I was hearing two things. So maybe, attending these parties, maybe you observed certain couples or certain people and you had like perspective. I'm seeing like a really outside observer. So maybe you were observing couples that are with each other, but they're not really happy, or they're with each other, but you can tell that there's no love, that there's no flow, that this is just this like really not interesting partnership, not to be alone, or they're constantly fighting, or they don't have anything in common. Or maybe you were observing as well people talking about that all they can talk about is love, is new love, is partnership, is gossip about people. Are they together? Are they single? That they have no deeper topics. No, you guys, the meaning of life is really not just to go out, have some fun and gossip about relationships of others, really. So I feel like you either realize that, it may be a detail for some of you, or what I'm also hearing, that you may have met someone either at the party or someplace else, that you ended up going on a date, and on this date you were like, literally, what am I doing here? Like I want love, I crave love, but this person in front of me, like it ain't gonna happen. Let's do another row. I'm liking this for you. I'm liking this for you. It really shows that you're ready for true healing. Shows maturity. Divination abuser. Divination abuser. You guys know, if it's not the first time you watch me, you guys know that I get ignited when I get these cards, because I am a true reader. I am a true witchy poo. I am a true healer. I am here to help you grow. I am not one of, and I always say this to you guys, 90% of people who touch cards and who touch tarot online, unfortunately, they're charlatans. These people that jump with quick messages, like 2-3 minute messages. Oh, love is coming. I can hear it. I can see it. He wants to apologize. Like vague messages of nonsense that literally anyone can take and claim, and they do absolutely no healing. They just like feed fear and delulu of people online. But maybe it's a detail if it came through. So maybe in the month of October, you got, I'm even hearing it may be a detail for some of you, that you were in a place that you really wanted, you really craved something in life. You really wanted maybe some healing, and maybe you went to someone for a reading that was that kind of a charlatan that really is not going to do you any good. Is not going to really help you, just to talk nonsense to you. Maybe even went because it felt on that party. Maybe you even went on a party when someone said that, oh, they went to this tarot lady and they told them that love is coming within a month. Come on. Come on. Really? But I'm also hearing that it may have been that for a while you've been stuck in that loop of constantly watching tarot readings. You know, if you are drawn to tarot, there's two types of people who are really drawn to tarot and those kind of things. One type of people is because there's something within you. There's a truth within you. There's a path of spiritual awakening for you. And it's sort of a pulling you in, right? So somehow subconsciously you know that this is a sacred tool of our ancestors, and that there's a truth beyond the veil that you're curious about, right? But unfortunately, the second type of people are people who are deeply wounded, deeply distorted, deeply in denial, and they just look for reassurance. But these people are never guided toward true tarot readers, because true tarot readers are messengers of truth and warriors of love, right? So we're not going to tell you what you want to hear. We're going to tell you straight from your guides as a channel, message from your guides. What is it that you need to do? What is it that you need to hear? So maybe for a very long time, you've been stuck in that, you know, constantly watching readings, and, you know, like maybe you've been connected to some karmic partners, and you've been finding those tarot ladies that constantly are like, he wants to apologize. He really loves you. He's going to return. He's going to come back, right? So there's something in here with that divination for this collective. But worry not, my sister. If you're watching, you are in the right place to heal. There's no place of delulu heal. Phoenix, that's really nice. That's your second card of transformation. That's on top of that ship. I do feel like this collective, you want to change. You would be done with karmic. Done. We ain't want no karmic anymore. And this is really, you guys, this is really when the magic happens. In order to truly open yourself to close or karmic relationships, you have to stand in front of yourself, in front of a mirror, and say, I would rather be alone till the end of my very days in this avatar than ever again be in a karmic relationship. If you are not ready to say this, you have nothing to search here on this channel, because I am not a reader, I'm not a healer that's going to guide you from one karmic to another, okay? Because karmic relationships are for people who are incapable of looking deeply inwards deeply enough to learn on their own. They're so in denial that they have to learn the lessons through karmics. So when you are ready to say, I'd rather be on my own than ever again be in a karmic relationship with someone who is not my soulmate or my true soul connection, it means that you're truly ready to close all the karmic contracts that you had in the past and truly walk towards alignment. Because on highest, most aligned timeline, There's never a karmic relationship. No one has karmic on their highest timeline, on our highest, most abundant timeline, where our greatness, the potential for our greatness, there's always a soulmate or a true soul connection, right? No place for karmics on highest timeline, even in forms of friends, to be honest. All right, what else? Did it flip? No. Did it flip? No. Karmic relationship. Oh, you guys. You guys. One more. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I was like, on the top of the karmic relationship, we have a love call. So maybe you guys, you received a call from an old relationship, from an ex relationship. Maybe you had a point of contact with a karmic relationship in the month of October, because we're doing your month of October, right? I feel it also. I feel like this collective, you may have had few moments in October when you were like, I'm done with this. Sometimes this is what happens, you guys, because our guides, when we really decided something for ourselves, to learn certain lessons, but we are really resistant, we're refusing, we're in denial, our guides are sort of amping up the intensity of what's happening to us. So the less we listen, the more and more lessons and signs they're going to send us. So sometimes if we're very reluctant to learn a lesson with our karmic, they're going to bombard us with certain things that you're going to just have to say. So again, I feel like certain things happen here. Maybe you had a point of communication. I want one more for that. How a little bit more details for that love call and karmic relationship. One more for that. That's interesting. But you know what? I'm just here. We have jackpot and we have poker face at the bottom of the deck. So maybe there's also a detail for some of you when it comes to gambling. So maybe your ex-partner was a gambler. Maybe they like to play these gambling games like cards and, like those slot machines. Or maybe they would actually be a gambler and have a gambling issue. But overall, I feel like this karmic relationship, I'm hearing two things. One, a lot of deception, but again, most karmics, right? There's always deception. But what I was hearing is that I feel like you would have fought in the past. It's good because you're having reflection. I feel like with this karmic partner from the past, you really fought at one point that you hit jackpot, that it was it. You would be damn sure, this collective, when you met your that biggest karmic, that longest, most serious relationship. So whoever's on your mind right now, I feel like when you met this person, you really thought this was a jackpot. Maybe even a tarot lady or some sort of a healer said to you that yes, that this is him, this is it. Everything happens for a reason, you guys, but I feel like you would feel, you really would be, don't make this fit, month of October would be month for you, I'm done. Again, I feel like many things happen. So maybe your ex returned and caused you a bit of a headache. Maybe you went on a date and all it ended up with was another heartbreak. Even if sometimes it's, you guys, it can be one date. It can go so horrible and so wrong that someone can really, we open our heart to someone, we exchange few text messages, and then we go on a date or two and we end up with a broken heart again because there's such a disappointment. People are so wounded these days that they really look at others as objects, as like you're standing in front of a vending machine. They all they can think of is very egoistically, what do I want? So if they don't want it anymore, they just ghost you, they just block and delete you, they treat you like trash, right? And then they, complain, why can't I find someone amazing? Well, because this is how you treat people, because you yourself are trash, right? Who treats people that way? I get it. I teach you guys that it takes a victim to create a victim. So whoever treats someone that way is obviously deeply wounded, right? Whoever treats someone as an object, like they want something from you, they not speaking from a place of heart, they really like, if they no longer want it, they just block and delete. It comes from a place of wounding. But let's face it, we hit certain age in this lifetime that you cannot no more. There's no more of, excuses like for daddy issues, mommy issues. You got to take accountability. I feel for all people. I am here to heal our people. I'm always happy to work with anyone, and I never pass no judgment, because again, if you watch me, you know that I always say this: it takes a victim to create a victim. People who hurt others are always people who have been hurt in the past. So we have to, have compassion. But again, a day comes that you are no longer 18, 19, or 22 or 23. When you're in your 30s and in your 40s, you got to start taking accountability for who you are. Heal your daddy issues, heal your mommy issues, break the generational trauma. Don't just look for excuses why you treat people poorly. So there's a reason it's coming to my mind. So I feel like for this collective, really, you would go back through many heartbreaks. So again, maybe that ex, maybe also a date that went wrong, maybe also again some hope that came from charlatanic divination, and you were like, I gotta stop this. This is me. It's this moment when you realize it's me. I'm attracting this. I'm allowing this. I'm accepting this. It's me. And we also have this fake flexing. Maybe it's coming to my mind now, because primarily I was hearing something else, but as I looked at it now, maybe it may be a detail for some of you, that maybe you had experience with some ex-partners that actually cost you some money, that cost you some pentacles. But maybe you're also, what I was hearing primarily is that you may have realized in the month of October that you've been really so preoccupied with love, with relationship, with heartbreaks, with pain, with drama, with karmic partners, that your life when it comes to stability and finances is not really that much on point. And especially that we have that elk as your first card, remember? So this is really a father of a family energy, right? So the one that creates stability, security, the provider, the protector. This is that energy, right? So I'm thinking that this collective now, you would really awaken to the fact, okay, maybe even you are at this age when you're no longer 20, no longer in your early 30s, and you're like, dude, I gotta stop with this drama telenovela nonsense. Who cares? I have to focus on me, on my life, on my future. Maybe you want to find a better job. Maybe you want to make some investments. Maybe you want to create more stability in your life. And you don't even realize, you guys, how much when we constantly are from, one karmic relationship to another, how it distracts people when it comes to growth and it comes to healing, right? So sometimes when you are from one heartbreak to another heartbreak, one day to another day, you don't even have the time to really think of self-growth, development, maybe doing some courses, maybe starting, a better job, maybe fighting for a promotion or looking for a better place to work, and really thinking of your future and of your pentacles. It would be a detail for this collective. All right, quite difficult, quite challenging month, but right off the bat, I'm proud of you. This is really nice energy. This collective, sometimes we go in and out with these things, and it's like we decide something, and I've seen this in so many women or even men. They decide something, right? No, I'm going to heal, I'm going to this and that, and then they meet someone and like, but we're so good together, right? But I feel like for this collective, it's time to start building your backbone. The time is now. You wouldn't be in this moment that you've just decided it because you had a harsh in October and then you're going to quit. I don't think so. I think like you really are. I'm happy. Woo! All right. Let's then do month of October. I want to start from asking what will be the ruling emotion for you in the month of October, so we can sort of prepare and see what's coming. And then we're going to do tarot for the month of October, what's coming. And then I want to do some guidance for you, healing guidance. So let's go. What's going to be the emotion for this collective in the month of October. Success! Yay! That's good. That's good. Success. Let's do 2 more and then we'll clarify. Woo! All right. All right. Okay. 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 All right. So we have success. Success. It's your good. It's your first card, and it's really it's a good thing. What